All right, we're back again, starting our next hour. I think we are now down to the home stretch where we have got 5 hours. Let's see. So we're at 8 o'clock Eastern right now. So we've got our 8 o'clock hour. We got 9, 10, 11, and 12 o'clock. So we have 5 hours left in our show today. So we are over halfway. Thank you guys for being with us. Thank you if you've been here since the beginning. Wow. Thank you. Hopefully you've gotten something to eat. I just had the kids brought something out for me. So yay, finally. That was awesome. So I need to send a note to my son. Thank you. Otherwise, we would have been falling over right in the middle of this show. That would have been really bad and embarrassing. So, okay, in this hour, we've got some really cool stuff. We got a couple of pre-recorded sessions, and we got a couple of live sessions that we'll be doing in this hour. I've got to turn off the little heat down here again. There we go. Much better. It gets a little chilly here once the sun goes down, especially when it was such a sunny day. Our office building heats up during the day because of the big windows. You guys can't see them, but there's like really large windows on the other side. Yeah. Hopefully you guys are learning something. Hopefully you're having a good time with it. We've got some really, really good content that we've already been through, and we've got a lot of great stuff coming yet tonight. So this is a very impressive day. It's going to be a day, hopefully, for some of you who have never gone to a DJ convention. There will be pieces of this you're going to be able to use to increase your business and improve what you do, and it's going to allow you to be able to become more profitable and allow you to get to that point where you can make the decision to come to Minneapolis for the next Disc Jockey News event that we're going to be doing, or a Mobile Beat event, or a DJ Times event, whichever, Midwest DJs Live, wherever you can be there. So we're really looking forward to that, because we're going to be doing an anniversary show with the Disc Jockey News here in a little while. And we want to have as many of you there, not because of any other reason than that you have become friends to us, that we want to see and be able to hang out with you. The education part of it's just kind of secondary when it comes to these events, especially for me. It's the connecting with friends. And a lot of the people you're seeing tonight are friends that I have made in this industry from DJ conventions and DJ events. So yeah, it's a great stuff. Oh yeah, across the board. But we need to get into our next presentation. Stephen Parry, he's a gentleman that I have met through the DJ conventions and things. He's very knowledgeable in the world of social media and video editing, and he's got a nice little presentation for us. So we're going to jump right into that so we don't get behind schedule tonight.
What's going on, guys? Hey, another evening of DJ Learning, and you guys are here live watching this, and this is pre-recorded. My name's Steve Parry, and I want to be able to come on in here and do this and give you a lot of information real quick. That's why I pre-recorded this for you guys tonight, so you guys will be able to watch this again, which I'm sure John will post all of these in the end. So here's the thing, is within your marketing plan, a lot of people that I work with are outside of the DJ world because, well, they are not so much the do-it-themselvesers. What I mean by that, you DJs, a lot of you guys do the marketing, you guys do your website, you guys do your own social media, and you take on everything you need to within your own business because you do that in the beginning. And then as you grow your business and you're making more money, you still do that. I encourage you guys, as you guys grow, to be able to sit there and have video people, to have website people. You have office staff, you have office managers who do a lot of this. So why don't you do it with your video stuff? Well, my goal for you is that if you're just starting out, or maybe you are trying to do more video because you want to do more video for yourself, is that you walk away with some tips tonight within this little short session on how you could do better. So let's talk about that. Let's jump right down into the marketing tips with video. First off, I want to bring up two different websites, which you guys are all very, very familiar with. And if you're not, then what kind of rock have you been living under the past 12 to 15 years? One of those is YouTube, and the other one is Facebook. Now, YouTube, we all know, is a conglomerate of just videos. And if you have a YouTube channel, you probably have a few videos on there. If you don't have a YouTube channel, is it too late to start? Never! You could always start a YouTube channel. It's the best way for you to be able to get out there and just really try to, get that marketing going for video. The next one is Facebook. Now, why do I even mention Facebook? You're probably on there. You probably have a page for your business. You probably have a group for your business. You probably have a personal account. And the thing is, within video, is YouTube is really just getting kind of stomped a little bit now with Facebook. Facebook really wants to compete with YouTube in that sense, to be able to have that foot up on YouTube. They don't want you leaving Facebook. They want you to stay on Facebook, so they want those videos there. What do I mean by those videos there? So I want you guys to start doing this. If you're not doing it already, I want you to upload separately to Facebook and to YouTube. And I want you guys to do that because the more you do that on Facebook, the more organic reach you're going to have within your videos. And the Facebook's really pumping that, really pushing that. And now talking about these things that you probably already know, but I want to kind of emphasize what the importance is of putting these up on both different websites. Now, the reason is you may have different views, different clientele, but the thing is, when you put the right keywords in, then you're going to have the right market looking for you. You know, for my other clients, they get in front of the camera and I have to trick them that the camera's not really on when it really is rolling. And I don't have to let them see the little red light that's flashing. So I turn it off and I start the camera and they have no idea that we're recording. And sometimes their best takes are before we actually do the video. When I say, all right, let's turn on the camera and roll, sometimes they're like, and I'm like, all right, cool, just stumble through it. And then I pull out and I show them that their best stuff was in their rehearsal. So sometimes that's what we learn. And we learn through these little stumble ponds, these little things that are called, the way we learn, you know, there are little speed bumps, there are little notches in our brain called heuristics. And these heuristics are basically what teaches what we know and what we do better. So for example, let's say that you got up one time, you had a horrible introduction. Maybe you forgot a couple in the bridal party, and then they come stumbling on out afterwards and they're like, oh, you forgot about us. And you remembered that. So the next time you plan that wedding with the next couple, not with that same couple, because if they got divorced, you did another wedding. That's pretty bad. So this next wedding you did, you planned it a little better because of that speed bump, because of what you learned. And you either avoided it altogether introducing the wedding party, or you did a much better job. So you learn from your mistakes. These little notches in your brain are what teaches you. But as we learn all this, we go, is this really worth the workflow and the time, the effort to be able to make this right? Well, I encourage you that it is. You've poured your blood, sweat, and tears in your business, so let's talk about this and make sure that this is one thing that works right. Now, how do we get over this? If you've done videos before and you failed, then there isn't a chance in hell you're going to do better. I'm just kidding. There is. You could do better in anything. Now, one thing, this is what I teach my clients, and this is what I would encourage you to research because we don't have time to talk about it, but NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming. What is that? It is something that was invented in the 1970s by the NLP creators claim that there is a connection between the neurological process, the neural, and the language behavior patterns learned through this experience, and we call it programming, so neuro-linguistic programming. And these things can be changed to achieve specific goals in life. Now, NLP is such a big, deep conversation that we could spend hours and days and weeks talking about, but I encourage you to maybe just go on the internet and kind of research this. You know, so NLP, you could also look up Tony Robbins stuff. Tony Robbins has made his fame off of doing a lot of this NLP stuff in the beginning, and now he's moved into this. And that's why performance coaches kind of help you do different things in a business coach or a marketing coach and stuff like that. So NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Programming. And now I want to kind of switch it back to talking about video. Now guys, this is something that has not been easy for me to do, is to say video. Because here's the thing, is videos are for when your friend does something stupid, when you're filming that cute cat, when you are seeing a fight at a bar. You know, that is what video is for. Video is not for your business. Tell me the last time that you went on and you turned on the Tonight Show, you turned on the Today Show, you turned on any talk show, and they said, hey, go check out this Yahoo's new video in theaters this week. No, they said, go check out this such and such actor's new movie in the theaters this week. Go check out his new film in theaters this week. Go check out her new movie. Go check out her new film. Go check out everything but what they're saying is not video.
It's film.
So you should be making money with your movies. These movies are your marketing movies. This is your lifeblood. This is your business. This is how you will make a difference in the long run. Because as you guys are getting older, your clients are as well. And your clients aren't reading about your DJ services. They want to see what you could do. They want to hear your story. They don't want to see a video with prices. They want to know who you are and then worry about the price. I want to bring up a story real quick. I want to interject on something with a gentleman. His name is Jason Yoshino. Many of you know about him. Many of you are friends with him on Facebook. And I want to tell you that when he's putting it out there on Facebook, he doesn't put anything negative about this. He didn't say, oh, they didn't book me because of this. Oh, I'm too expensive. No, he is constantly posting, look, they booked me, and I told them what my price was, and they said, oh, it's a little bit more than I thought, but we know the quality of work. We know what you're going to do for us, and they went with it because he's put it out there. Now, personally, I don't know if Jason's using a lot of video or not. But here's the thing is, I want you guys to change your thinking, to reevaluate how you're doing your videos and how you're making your films within your business. So I'm going to end with 4 different things real quick to help you be better within your films, within your movies. Now, we're changing the way, first off, what we call these things. Do me a favor and commit now to not call them videos anymore, but to call them films. Because as you implant that in your brain, tell your brain to basically, hey, take a step back. I'm in charge. It's me, my business, my movie, my marketing, and I'm going to make a difference. That is where you're going to sit there and go, look, I could do this. Because here's the thing, is if you're going to tell yourself this bullshit story that you can't do it, then don't do it. Then turn off this video and just go get a snack. Maybe watch the next training video, or don't watch any more of them tonight, because if you're not going to do simple commitments to yourself within any of these training videos, then you're just wasting your time. So I'm calling you out right now, and I'm hoping that you guys do these things. Tell your brain that you are in charge. It's you. It's your business. Your movie. All right, trick number 2. That was just 1 of 4. I'm just getting started, guys. Refocus. Refocus your efforts on whatever it is you guys want to change this year. If that is not even doing any films within your business, but you want to do better speaking, find those classes. Who's speaking tonight that's going to help you move forward in speaking better? Refocus whatever effort it is and focus on that to make yourself better. Trick number 3, don't be afraid to ask for help. That's why you're here. If you need help from me in making movies, let me know. If you need help from somebody like Mark Farrell in making a love story, take his courses. If you need help in multi-op stuff, who do you ask? Oh man, all these questions are out there. All these people are out there. We're all out here to help you because we have experience in this. I'm never going to tell you how to make a love story. I've never taken the classes. I met Mark. I've shaken his hand, I've heard him speak, and I heard him speak at the very first mobile beat that I went to, which was in 2000, which I'm worth more than a veggie platter, so if you've got a button, which I do around here somewhere, then you would understand how long I've been going to these things. So today is March 17 is going to be this year, so I've been going to these things for 17 years. I missed a few years in there, but here's the thing, I've seen this show grow, I've seen it make changes. They refocused their effort, and they made a change. Trick number 4. Realize that people don't give a shit. Nobody cares. When you get down to it and you're making these films, they're gonna watch it and be like, ah, cool, all right, sweet. Guess who watches my videos more than anybody else? Me. So I'm like, wow, that was kind of cool. So I'll watch mine as I'm editing them, and then I'll sit there and maybe later I'll like go back and I'll like, wow, I made that? That was pretty cool. Because I'm the only one that cares about these films in the end. I'm the only one that's going to sit there and make a difference within my business when it comes down to it. So guys, that's all I got for you this evening, and I hope that I could reach out to you and that I got to you a little bit. If you were offended by my cussing, sorry. We're adults, we're learning, we're growing, we're changing. My name's Steve Parry. My info is right here, StephenParryMarketing.com. info@StephenParryMarketing.com. It's the best way to email me. So I look forward to meeting with you guys. If you have questions about video marketing, about making films, about doing any of this, I want you guys to reach out to me. I want you guys to, let me know what your faults are, what you have questions on. And, if you have equipment questions or just want to be able to sit there and get that coaching to sit there and say, hey, help me make that difference. I'm no fluff kind of guy. I'll let you know what I think, and I'll let you know if you need to do better. If you want me to review your videos, whatever it is. Let's not call them videos, though. I want you to call them films. I want you to call them movies. I want you to remember this. As you guys leave this session, remember to ignite your legacy, and I'll see you guys on the flip side in the next training video or movie, whatever it may be.
Okay, we're kind of tight in time here because we're finally running behind. We're going to get right to Dustin Reichert with our next presentation. Try to get us back on schedule. Dustin's got a cool little video here. Well, let's let him tell you all about it.
Hey, Disc Jockey News TV, what's going on, y'all? Dustin Reichert here from the Minneapolis-St. Paul area up in Minnesota. Wow. I've got my laptop over here and I've been watching many of the sessions most of the day. Been trying to get other work done on this busy day, but it's been drawing me in. So kudos to all the other presenters and speakers. Kudos to John and Lori and anybody else who's involved. I think this is great. I'm honored, by the way. When he asked me to talk and maybe be part of this, I said, well, okay, well, what are you thinking? And when he said it, he said motivation. Just one word, motivation. I know why he did it, but I was still nervous and still hesitant. I do speaking, and we'll get into that, and I do a lot of speaking, and so I shouldn't be nervous or hesitating on it, but you guys are my peers, and so I try not to look at it the same way as I would if I was hired for a group, but I do look at it that way now, and hopefully that I can bring you a good message here in the next 9 minutes. Real quick recap of what I was. I was a police officer from 1995 till 2005. I was with Ramsey County Sheriff's Department, and then my nose itches, and then the Anoka County Sheriff's Office here near where I live now. Loved it. Did a lot of gang focus when I was Ramsey County and Water Patrol, and then I did a lot of drug and alcohol focus here up in Andover. It was a great job. I miss it tremendously. Maybe not so much as the way the environment is right now for police and citizens, but I definitely miss that job, and I definitely think it was a job for me. Luckily, I fell into another job that was for me, which is entertainment. My neighbor across the street owned a DJ company. When I knew that it was likely I was going to retire, reached out to him and said, hey, I did little house parties when I was younger. Can you teach me to DJ? Let me work for you. Did a couple events with him, realized his passion for the company and quality is gone. I could say that. He wouldn't be on here anyway. And so shortly after I bought the company, and I bought it specifically for the name, which I found out after that there was some name reputation issues too, but we worked out those reputation issues and worked it out hard. Went to a bunch of trainings, as many trainings as I could. My first training, I believe, was the Marbecca Method Love Story, which was great. I had Bill Herman in the class. I had John Young in the class. I think Dean Carlson was in that class. So I had an opportunity really young to start young in this career to start learning quality emceeing, get the love story under my belt, and make some great networking relationships that have paid off now for quite some time, over a decade. With that, I'm on a multiple irons in the fire kind of guy. If I think it can make me money, if I think I can be good at it, and I think I can keep the passion, I'll try it. And a lot of people really will question, what am I doing with all these different divisions in the company? And the answer is what I just told you, those three things. And so I went to a hypnosis training, loved it. Won't lie, I'm really good at it. I enjoy it. My hypnosis name is Freddie Justice, Freddie Justice. So make sure after you're done with all these sessions today and tomorrow, you look my videos up on YouTube and you'll enjoy them. Photo booths got added, and we really enjoy those photo booths. And I know some DJs love them, some don't. We love them. I love doing weddings still as a DJ. Bubble parties. I got a very successful bubble party division here in the Twin Cities. Really enjoy doing that, and I have a very busy summer because of that as well. And then there's speaking. As I told you, as a deputy sheriff, I was in that shooting, and it was a bad experience. You're thinking to yourself, what shooting? In 2003, a day before my birthday, we were at a loud music call, and the guy came to the door with a gun. And even though we thought nothing bad was going to go down, it ended up turning into a gunfight. And in the end, he wound up dead from one gunshot wound, and I wound up injured from one to my right arm and one to my pelvis. To say it was a nightmare would be an understatement. To think that the nightmare was over after the smoke cleared was an even more understatement. I won't get into it deep here, but if you could write a book on how a police agency should not handle a shooting, that's pretty much my story. It's kind of like when somebody who's in charge of something has a hard time being wrong, and they make a mistake, and then they never want to make that mistake, so they make more mistakes. Well, that's what happened, and I unfortunately was the scapegoat for that. The shooting itself was clear, completely valid. There wasn't any concerns there. But I really dealt with a lot of issues, and PTSD was definitely one that started circling around in my mind as it might be happening. And ultimately, I did retire. I was diagnosed with PTSD. I retired because of my arm. I was having some nerve damage in my arms, and it was time to move on. I was starting to be a bitter cop if I was ever going to stay a cop. And those of you who know me, that's not my personality at all. So yeah, I retired. My neighbor had the DJ company. I bought it and ran with it. Found the success, added the photo booths, ran with that, found that success, ran with the hypnosis, found that success. And when I got hired for the speaking the first time, the National Sheriff's Association reached out to me and said, hey, we want you to come talk. My website had said motivational speaking, but quite frankly, I didn't know what the speaking was going to be. I just called it the power of the mind. And they wanted me to talk about the power of the mind. They wanted me to talk about my shooting. They wanted me to share a little bit about hypnosis and the subconscious mind and throw it all together. So I just made it up. And I get paid well, very well. I was very impressed with the paycheck. And it felt really bad afterwards because I knew I could give it more. And because I could give it more, I really thought about it afterwards, and I did a couple more speaking events, and each time at the suggestion of Fran, I would write things down, organize them in my head, because in my shooting, it wasn't just the shooting, it was a shooting, it was how it was handled, it was this, it was that, it was just this long process of chaos, and so I didn't know where to start. So after I wrote this all down, I kind of chuckled, and I was like, this looks kind of like a book. Had a couple people read it, and I said, throw in some stories. Talk about how you became a cop. Talk more about how you healed. And so that's what I did. And it's a book now. Shameless plug, John. It's not really. You don't have to buy it. But it turned into a book. I just got these this week, and I talk a lot about it. And that book was being written over 5 years. I was doing multiple speaking events. Thought I was doing okay, but I was struggling with the end of that book. I just couldn't finish it. Then last year, I was in Portland, Oregon. I'd been thinking a lot about it, and I knew it was me. I was the problem. I knew I had to let go. I knew I had to give up control. I knew I had to forgive. And that wasn't easy for me. There's 2 or 3 people that I felt did not earn my forgiveness. And so finally, when I was in Portland, I said it publicly on Facebook. I had this wave of release. You add that to the other healing properties, because for years before that, I've been trying all these things. I went to therapy. I did this thing called EMDR, which looked like a DUI test. It was very helpful. I curbed my drinking here and there, stopped for quite a while. That was kind of helpful. And I just did all these things that just weren't working. I realized as I got closer and I was sitting in Portland that just like me running my business with multiple irons in the fire, I needed to approach this from multiple angles. I needed to not take that one approach and hope that that one approach will give me success. And so after I had all those different approaches come together, and after I finally added that final piece of the puzzle, that final component of forgiveness, the stress came off of my shoulders, the lockjaw problems that I was having went away, the irritability in the fights that I was having with my family went away, my business and how to handle my business started really energizing, and I had this brand new focus. The ending of the book just flowed right out and completed it no problem. It was great. And I finally found that I realized that I had a better life that I could live. And so as we wrap up this next minute and a half, because it's so hard to talk about this in a short time, if you can get anything from this, get that. We as DJs is sometimes egotistical, and hypnotists are even worse than that, is that we think that there is one reason, one way to do things, one way to be successful. It's not true. We have to hit all of these things that we're trying to approach from multiple angles, multiple fire irons in that fire to make it happen. And so instead of hitting something that you want success with one way, try to hit it from multiple angles. Make sure that those angles are complementing angles, of course, but I want to encourage you guys to hit them from multiple angles. You know, one thing that I'm big about in my world and my family, I try to tell is I try to remind people, you choose your attitude towards it. You choose your response towards everything. And for 13 years, I chose the wrong response. I thought my ego was better when the reality was, it was the part that was hurting me. As a matter of fact, I have a doctor friend who's also a hypnotist who had these mugs made, and this isn't anything a plug, but he sent this to me for my birthday. I didn't realize he had the same concept, and he trademarked it and all that, but you choose. This is a mug because, of course, if you go this way, you're sad. If you go this way, you were happy. So I want to encourage you guys, as I wrap up these next 15 seconds here, be successful. Enjoy your life, and make sure you choose not the path of the ego, but the path of health and success. Appreciate it, guys. I got to go. That's my time. John, love you, man. Hey.
It's bouncing? All right, gang, we are just about ready for Alan Berg here. We're getting his audio and such, getting connected with that, and then we will be back with that in just a couple of moments. If you guys haven't had a chance, go pop out to the website, djntv.com/the mini sessions. If you happen to find this because someone shared it, yay, thank you for coming in and watching. Just bounce out there and check out. I gotta shut that off again. It's getting warm. Check and see what kind of things we've got going up with our shows, because we put our schedule up there of what's there, a lot of the different things we have, and then of course with the mini sessions you can see who's going to be coming later tonight, because we've got a lot of different stuff going on. Alan, do we have audio yet? Not yet. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything, because I will see it bouncing. So try that. There's the microphone, and then there should be that little arrow. And if you click on that arrow, it should be able to define or pick which audio source you're using. Give that a shot and see what we can do. And then we'll be right back with Alan. Sponsors for tonight's show. We've got a lot of sponsors within the realm of the Disc Jockey News. Please go and show them some love. We've got some down. Alan, we got it. I've got you. Yep. So we've got some that are sponsoring tonight's show in a big way. There's some that are on our websites and such. Please go out and show them some love, because again, without them, we don't go. I'll be right back with Alan Berg. going to go live.
Okay.
We are here and we are live. Yay! So when you're doing live shows, one of the cool things you'll find is sometimes the internet doesn't like you, sometimes YouTube doesn't like you, and sometimes microphones don't love us.
Yeah.
Alan Berg is a man if you don't know him, you need to know him, because this is the man when it comes to so many things in the wedding industry. And Alan, thank you for being on with me again tonight.
Thanks, John. It's always great talking to you.
Oh, gosh. You're the last time Alan was with. If you guys haven't seen that, go back and search in our archives for the last show he did. Great information. You should be taking notes, and if you're not, well, yeah. Alan, what are we going to talk about tonight?
We're going to talk about websites tonight.
Nice.
Because websites are our most important employee these days, and they're kind of the hub. They are the hub of our marketing universe.
For sure.
So, all roads should lead to our websites, whether they're coming from an internet search on a search engine, or whether coming from a site like a Wedding Wire, or a referral from another event professional. They're going to end up at your website at some point, and they're going to judge you based upon that. So it's a really critical employee, and a lot of people don't give it the attention that it needs, or they skimp out on that, thinking, well, it's a website, and they're going to love me, regardless. But it's not true.
Exactly.
It's not true. As a matter of fact, there's a DJ here in New Jersey, Aldo Ryan, and Aldo told me a story about a high-end wedding planner who referred a couple to him, and the couple didn't contact him. They looked at his website, went back to the wedding planner, and said, refer us somebody else. And she said, no, he's your guy. I've used him before. He's fantastic. It's the perfect match for your wedding. And they said, we don't like his website. Refer us to someone else.
Ooh.
And that epitomizes a phrase that I use, which is, don't ask how much a new website is going to cost you. Ask how much business you're losing with your current website. And the potential there is that you're losing way more business than it'll cost you to make a new site. So
I think that's couldn't be understated, that concept, because we lose more yeah.
Yeah, I just had somebody the other day who sent me an email. I was looking at it, and they said, hey, could you take a look at my site, give me some suggestions. It's somebody that had been in the industry a long time, and they were doing more of it was a .org type site. So it wasn't somebody that would typically come to me to pay to review their website, which is what I do for so many DJs and so many people in the wedding and event industry. But I know this person for over 20 something years, and they're doing something kind of charitable. And I said, I'll take a look. And my first thought when I looked at the site was, wow, this is a new site. It kind of feels like 5 years ago. And it wasn't that it was bad. It just felt like it was 5 years ago. And the documents that they had that you could link to didn't feel graphically designed that would attract a millennial and stuff like that. So first impressions. I did a presentation years and years and years ago, probably at the Las Vegas DJ show, as a matter of fact, that was called 5 Reasons Why They Leave Your Website in 5 Seconds.
Yeah.
And these days with mobile, it's not even 5 seconds. If your site doesn't come up well on mobile, they're gone. If it doesn't come up fast enough, they're gone. And with desktop, same thing. If they don't like their first impression, they're going to move on. Remember when I launched my latest site, this is my 3rd website since 2011. So 2011, I left The Knot. For those of you not familiar with me, I was at The Knot for 11 years. I was vice president of sales operations, and other things there. And when I left The Knot, I had a WordPress site made. And then about 2.5 years later, I had a new site made. And I remember somebody saying to me, hey, Alan, you launched a new site. I liked your old site. I said, good. If you ever don't like my site, I've waited too long. So, it's to me like, why do I lease a car? I lease a car so in 3 years I get a new car, instead of waiting for that car to break down and need servicing and then go and get a car. I'm just driving, the latest and greatest every 3 years. So my website's kind of the same thing. I'm on my 3rd version. So 2011, one launched, and then 2013, maybe late 13 or so, another one. And then 2016, I launched another one. So it's still me. It's still alanberg.com. But it's what's the better version, because I want somebody to come and see and not have their first impression what mine was of this site, just before, which is, oh, wow, that's kind of dated. Now that said, it doesn't have to be the latest unbelievable blow your mind technology, but it has to represent what your audience expects to see. And what your audience expects to see may not be what you expect to see, because in most of our cases, especially in this industry, right, in the DJ industry, the audience is not a mirror image of the person whose site it is.
Sure.
So, right. So you take your average DJ and it's not a 27-year-old woman. As a matter of fact, that's probably a rare person in our industry is a 27-year-old woman being a DJ, right?
Right.
Now, again, more power to her if she's a DJ and she does a great job and gets the education she needs and runs her business well and all those things that everybody should do. But realistically, go to any of the DJ conferences and you don't see her.
No, you do not.
You do not see her. So we are designing for someone else. We're not designing for us. And a very simple thing I say to people is, go look at Wedding Wire, go look at The Knot, go look at Google, go look at, what site do they look at? Amazon, go look at all those sites. And what do they have in common? Light, bright backgrounds. The color comes from the images, easy to read fonts. It feels current, it feels fresh, it feels modern, easy to navigate, find what you're looking for, all those type of things. And that's what we should be emulating. When we wake up one morning and go to Google and it's black with white print, we're all going to copy that. But right? But right now, it's not. What is it? It's the cleanest of clean, right? It's a white screen. What do you want to do? Search for something. You can't make it any easier than that. So we just make it more difficult than it needs to be with the sites. We just have to look and see. And as I tell all of my clients, if I go to your site and I go to your competitors' sites, which one is going to attract your audience better? We don't have to be, we don't have to think about it any more than that. Just click through to the different sites. And if you look at them, it's pretty clear usually that you look at the site and go, kind of feels a little old, And if you look at your Google Analytics and you see that 50% of your traffic's coming through mobile, or 40 or 60% or whatever the number is, are you looking at your site on your phone? And I don't mean is it responsive and it comes up. Are you actually trying to use it? Because we have the curse of knowledge. The curse of knowledge is once we know something, we can't go through our world as if we didn't know it. So we know where everything is. We know how the menus work. We know all that stuff. So it's hard for us to act like our audience who doesn't know. And they come there for the first time and they're looking for something and they're trying to see if you do a wedding and it's buried under events up at the top and I have to click on events and go down to a drop down to find the word wedding, when weddings might be 50%, 60, 70, 80, 90% of your business. Why is it that hard? It shouldn't be. If you want someone to take action on a website, tell them what to do, make it easy to take that action. No harder than that. So how few clicks do I need to get to what I want? How few clicks is it to contact you? How clear is it what you do for me? Right? Not what you do, but what you're going to do for me. So when I wrote my first book, and I think we spoke about this the last time, my first book's called If Your Website Was an Employee, Would You Fire It? And I do a presentation on that topic. And I also do a follow-up now, which is called 5 Signs It's Time to Fire Your Website. And one of the signs it's time to fire your website is if your website looks like you made it yourself, it's time to fire it. Now, I didn't say you can't make it yourself. If it looks like you made it yourself, it's time to go. So if my first thought or your first thought, John, is you look at the site and you go, oh, they made it themselves. We're not thinking about what we're supposed to be thinking about.
For sure.
We're supposed to be thinking about how you're going to help me. I want everybody here to think about this. By the time someone gets to your website, what have they already done before they got there? They've already said, I need a DJ.
A service, yes.
Right? Now that's your what. That's not your why. That's not why you. That's your what. So I need a DJ, and any DJ might fill my needs. Yep. So they want to look at every possibility, every choice. It's called the paradox of choice. Show me every choice there is, Amazon.com. Show me every choice there is. And then they start filtering it down through whatever tools they're given to the potential choices. And then they start looking at their websites, which is part of the filtering process. And if they get to your website, they already know that you do the what, or think that you do the what that they need. And your job is to show them why you.
Mm-hmm.
That's the job of your website. And if your website doesn't show them why you real fast and draw them in to wanting to know more about how you can do it for them, they're gone.
Yeah.
They're gone. If you get an email from your website through your contact form or some through your website, and I don't care if it says, are you available and how much do you charge? I welcome every one of those. You know why? Those are buyers.
Yeah.
The people that say, are you available and how much do you charge, are people looking to buy your service. So the people who get ticked off every time they get one of those, I hear, you hear it? Cha-ching. That's what I heard. Right? I heard it. Because that is a buying signal. It's a huge buying signal that they got to your website. It's a bigger buying signal that they chose to email you because your website converted them. Because none of us gets business from our websites. I don't get business from my website. You don't get business from your website. We get business through our websites. They came from somewhere, came to our website, came through it to contact us.
Yes.
Came through it. Now, that is an important thing. That's like the baton in a race, right? I hand the baton to you, you hand it to the next one. One of us drops the baton, race is over.
Yep.
Race is over. So it's hugely important that our website take them to the next step. So I like redundancy, meaning more than one way to get to the stuff that I need. I want strong calls to action on every page multiple times. And I want to make it easy to take that action. So one of the things I know you've seen my site, John, is I have a contact form on every page.
Yep, I've seen that.
Except the home page. It's on every page. Every blog page, every page on my site, it's there. When I tell you to contact me, I tell you why. I tell you how. Mm-hmm. So let's say you're on my website review page. You're looking to have me review your website. It says, if you'd like to find out more about having Alan review your website, call me. Email, which is a link to a real email. Some people just want to email you. Or use the short form on this page. So my call to action refers to the short form on the page. Now, I used to say in the top right, but unfortunately with mobile, it kind of shifts, it responds, it goes down to the bottom. So now just say on this page. The phone number is click to dial. So I've made it so on any mobile device, you can click it, it'll come. Now, some mobile browsers will do that automatically. Some of them you have to tell it to do that one. So you want to tell it to do it. You take the hyperlink, instead of putting HTTP, whatever, you put TEL : and the phone number, and it'll make it dialable. TEL : and the phone number, it makes it dialable. So you want to do that. So, and I know, are we running out of time already?
We are running out of time. Yeah.
All right. So, all right. I don't want to end us without saying this. There's 4 things you need on every page of your website. I don't care what you're selling. 4 things you need on every page of your website. The first is an aspirational image, a lifestyle image. Show me people using your service. If I go to a DJ's website and I see the equipment set up there, I want to scream. Okay? You're not selling equipment, you're selling a packed dance floor. Now, if you want to show me your equipment, show me a packed dance floor with a shot from back here, and I can see all your computer screen and your equipment there, and there's a packed dance floor. If you're doing weddings, bride and groom in the middle of the floor, bride and bride, groom and groom, whatever, bar mitzvah kid, quinceañera, whatever it is. Show me that. Second thing, I want to see aspirational text. I want you to talk to me about the outcome that you're going to help me get. So use the word you and your more than you use I, we, me, us, our, and mine. If you want to see if you're using the word you, click in your browser, edit, find, put in the word you. It'll highlight it on the page, tell you how many times it's being used. Then you can highlight me or we or whatever and see how you're doing that. Oh, so aspirational image, aspirational text, social proof. If you just said we're going to pack the dance floor at your wedding, at your prom, at your whatever, I want a testimonial review from somebody who says, John packed the dance floor at my wedding. He's unbelievable. You have to hire him. And then the 4th thing is the call to action that says, if you want this result, do this now. So show me, tell me, have somebody say, amen, brother, I got that result. And then have the call to action that says, this is how you get that result. You put those 4 things on every page, and then you repeat them if the page is a little bit longer. So if this part of the page talks about DJ and this talks about lighting, I'm going to have another image, text, testimonial call to action. If you go to my website, alanberg.com, you'll see some pages where 50% of the text is testimonial text because they say my why better than I say my why. All right. So they say things I can't say. Somebody wrote the other day, if there's anyone in the wedding industry who knows more than Alan Berg, they haven't been found yet. I said, homepage. That's going on the homepage.
That's gold.
And there it is. Now that trumped my favorite quote before that, which was, "You're probably the only speaker I can listen to without once looking at my watch," which I thought was a great quote until somebody read that quote and then wrote to me, "Alan, I was looking at my watch because I was hoping it wasn't over yet." We can't write better than that,
Yeah,
right?
that is awesome.
Whether it's like on the back of a book or whatever, we put quotes everywhere. Well, why not on every page of our site? Why not on here? I got my own bookmark in my own book there, right? Testimonial quotes on the back of bookmarks, right? You have to put them everywhere. So I think I'm over my time here because we could go on for hours because that's what we did
Good stuff,
last
Alan.
time.
Good stuff
Yeah.
as always.
So.
Quickly, if they want to check out the websites, give us those again.
Yes, so go to alanberg.com, ALANBERG.com. If you want to get my books, there's a shop link on there, or just go to shopalanberg.com and you can get my website book, my success book, and my new sales book, Shut Up and Sell More Weddings and Events.
Awesome.
There you go.
Great stuff, my friend. Thank you much for being on. Gang, we'll be right back in probably about 2 minutes here with Barry and Jordan. Thanks, Alan.
Thanks, everybody.
Myself until we get you guys. Okay, we're going to be back here in just a second with Barry and Jordan. They're getting microphones hooked up yet. They're not on with me yet. I'm all by myself here, guys. So I'm going to get audio to you. So talking, once we have that, we'll get going. Somebody was asking about on the DJNTV.com/mini sessions. They were asking about what the donation side of it is. One of the things we do here at the Disc Jockey News is we have over the years helped DJs in need, in their time of need. Specifically, most of the time it has revolved around when they're having issues with cancer treatments or something to that effect. That's when most of them have been. And we have put money towards that. You can go read the story about that or the whole write-up about that, but that's why we're doing the donation thing. It's to go into an account for DJs in need. That's all it is. So if it's something that you have gotten something out of today and you want to go donate $2, $5, $10, whatever, that's what that's going for. It's not something that we talk about, and after this is over, we're not going to be talking about it because we just don't. That's not something we do. So Barry, Jordan, either of you guys, do you have audio? No audio, Jordan. Neither of you guys have got audio. So, and again, down in that lower corner there, try muting your microphone and then unmuting and see if that will pop it up. And then we'll see what. There's somebody. I got Jordan. There we are. Hey, we're here. We're moving us over, guys. 1 second. Live now. Oh, I got to make this smaller because Jordan's like, he's wearing a stocking cap anyway. So you're not seeing his stocking cap. Well, no, but then we got to see a stocking cap. I've got to fix that. I've got to fix it, make it just a little smaller here, guys. But we're live, guys. Good evening.
Hi.
How's everybody doing?
Oh, it's been a crazy day.
I think this is an amazing day. You've done such a great job with so many different presenters and different ideas and different concepts that are bettering the industry.
Yeah, it's been a fun day so far, and we've done a lot of great stuff here so far. So Want to pull this back a little bit? Yeah, we're gonna make that one awful small just for this shot. And I'll make this up to 108. Just a second, guys. This is part of getting back to. This is part of live broadcast here, where
Live TV.
live stuff. Yep,
Love it.
I think we're good now. We should be able to be seen, and all three of us are there. Yay! Yay!
Hi.
Okay, guys, let's dive into it. What do you have for us tonight? Now, you guys have been putting a lot of thought into this. This is going to be awesome.
So what we are going to talk about is 2 interactive games that you can do at your events, whether they're weddings, corporate events, bar and bat mitzvahs, private parties, that can really help get the crowd involved, engage them, and entertain them. So, Barry, do you want to go first?
Sure. We've talked about this in the past, but I'll share a few experiences. One of the really cool ways we pack the dance floor right from the start, and it's part of the planning, and it's something that's really, really interactive, and you have to work with the client really closely to ensure this happens. So I'm going to tell this story from a corporate event standpoint, okay? But you can also do it at a wedding. But basically, when the CEO or the MC, if you're not already the MC, is finishing up the awards portion or addressing the employees, the team, telling them how wonderful they are, they did a great job, it's very important that they don't leave the impression that that's it for the formalities, that's it for the night, have fun. You got to make sure that the tone is set, that something big is about to happen. And we do this game. It has a whole bunch of different names, but when I first learned about it, when Jordan and I kind of developed it, it was another type of game we've taken. It's called Salt and Pepper. But essentially, you can use anything that's on the tables where guests are sitting. Mm-hmm. So we like to use table numbers because usually there's a long stem and a big table number. And the object of the game, I'll quickly run through it with you, is as quickly as you can, you ask everyone to stand up, push their chairs in, and stand behind their chairs. Everyone is standing up. They usually get up really, really quick, and they're really excited. And you got to be quick on this too, because you don't want them to disperse to go to the bar, go to the washroom, go out for a smoke. You got to keep their attention. So everyone up, pushing your chairs, and you pick a table leader. The table leader takes the table number and holds it up in the air. Then you play a fun song, and you have to pass the number around to the next person, and so on and so forth. Kind of like hot potato. And while the other members of that table are waiting for the number to come to them, you get them to clap their hands to the music or swing their hands back and forth and really get into it. And when you watch this happen with 1,600 people, it honestly is mind-blowing. It's just incredible. Whether you have 17 guests at an event.
Oh, no.
I feel like he is frozen in time.
It is.
Somebody's left. Oh, did I get lost here?
You did. You were up to 17 guests at the event, and it just hung just exactly right.
Okay, I'm back now. So I left you anticipating wanting more.
I thought that. I was wondering if that was part of the plan. 17.
The gist of it is you play a song, pass the number around. The guests have to clap their hands or follow the beat of the music. And when the song stops, something special is going to happen. And when the song actually does stop, the whole crowd screams. Am I still with you guys? Did I freeze again?
No, you're there. You're there.
Are you guys on the internet?
No, we can hear you, Barry. So, can you hear us? I don't think he can hear us.
I'm completely frozen.
He's frozen on his end.
Yeah. I think he's
but ultimately, I'll finish it up for him until he comes back. Basically, depending on how many people, whoever is the one holding the table sign at the end when the song ends, everyone at that table will connect, and there'll be a train. And with that train, while you're playing another song, they're going all the way around the room till you say the magic word, which is generally the company that you're working for or the bride and groom's name. and then everyone lines up on the dance floor. Now you have, in the case that Barry did it, 1,600 people on the dance floor, all in lines. And now you've started your dance party with everybody involved, everybody engaged, and not having that problem of like, who's going to come on the dance floor to start off the party.
Right.
And boom. So that's one of the games that has never failed before and is mind-blowing because everybody is involved. Whether they're dancers or not, it's a guaranteed work to make it happen. The
Can
other
you guys
game,
hear? Am I back now?
You are back.
You are back. We can hear you.
The other game that we do at corporate events and other events it's called reverse musical chairs. So everybody, I'm sure at some point has played the game musical chairs. So what you do is you generally will get 10 volunteers, or if it's a corporate event, we will always ask the host to pick 10 of the most outgoing guests. And what we do is we call them to the dance floor with their chairs, and we set it up just like musical chairs. And all of a sudden, the DJ is going to play a song, music stops, and then there's always going to be somebody out because there's one chair missing from the get-go.
Right.
Now, the difference is, as that person is leaving the dance floor, you tell them, wait, stop. You're not out yet. And all of a sudden, people are like completely confused because in musical chairs, they would be out. Once they come back to you, you have an opportunity to, ad lib with them, find out who they are, and say, listen, tonight's game is a little different. The way it's going to work now is I'm going to ask you a trivia question. And that trivia question can be related to, for example, if it's a corporate event, something about the company. If it's a bride and groom, it could be about the bride and groom. It could be about anything, or it could be a pop culture question. And the thing is, if they get that answer correctly and they answer it right, then they're back in the game. But the twist in all of it is, if they're back in the game, they get to kick somebody out of the game who's already there. So all of a sudden, once that happens, it starts building this competitive edge because, you never want to, it depends if you want to get out or you want to answer the trivia question. If you have friends there, you can totally burn them and kick them out. If there's people you might not like, hypothetically, you can kick them out. And that would continue until you get to the final three. Because in all of the games that we do, what we try to do is get everybody to the dance floor as a collective group to kick off dancing so everybody's there together. So when you get to your final three, they still think they're going to play the game. And that's when you're like, guess what? We're changing the game again. The chairs are gone. The concept of musical chairs is done. And now you divide your dance floor into 3 different sections. And now each of those 3 finalists are responsible when you say go to go out to the crowd and collect as many people as they can to join their team. And then all of a sudden, now you have a 3-way dance-off on your dance floor. You hit off with the most popular songs, and all of a sudden it's a competition. It could go on for a few songs. After every song, we generally will tell what team's in the lead. They're all super excited. They're stoked. Meanwhile, the other 2 are like completely upset because they want to be the winners. And then that would continue until the end of the contest. And then you'd continue playing music, but you've kicked off the party with everybody engaged, everybody entertained, and it just works again incredibly. And that's really what our whole concept about these types of interactive games and ways to engage and entertain all of your guests.
So I see I'm back on. I was just going to add to that. The whole concept is you want to, like Jordan said, you want to involve everyone. You really want to take them on a journey. It's not the dance floor is opened up so people can dance if we want. We want to keep that energy and excitement going for everyone from start to finish. And it really adds to the night. It really gives the guests an incredible experience. And when you're done, we always say this, we want to wow your guests and leave them wanting more. And that's exactly what happens. They're leaving going, can't wait to see what you're going to do next year or at the next event.
Yeah, and that's really, really one of the cool things about doing repeat customer or corporate events is when you're able to change things up enough where they're like, I'm excited for next year already. I mean, just a really fulfilling. It's like, yeah, that means I'm doing my job, and there's no question about that. They appreciate what I do.
And the key is when you're doing the same client time and time again, it gives you a great position because you have the ability to keep it fresh and different. So you're not doing the same thing every year. They might be expecting something similar, but there's always a twist.
and that twist is very, very important. Guys, we only got about another 2 minutes. You're going to be, you've got something coming up here down in Vegas, I think.
Yeah, so we got two cool things happening. I'll tell them about our workshop, and then Jordan, you can tell them about this amazing thing we're doing for Mobile Beat. So we're doing a workshop, entertaining your guests. It's actually going to be at the Mirage on Monday, March 13th, 5:30 to 7:30. So we're going to kind of fill in between all the fun stuff at Mobile Beat. We're going to do a quick little get together. We have an amazing special on for it right now. And basically, we're going to go through a lot of the things Jordan and I talked about and more, and get everyone involved as well. So make sure you bring your A game when you sign up. And you can sign up. Can I give the website?
Yep, go ahead, please.
Thesparklefactor.ca. And you just click on the link to entertaining your guests, and all the information, including registering and signing up, is there. Love to have you at our workshop in Vegas.
Cool. And Jordan?
And then we're also going to be at, of course, Mobile Beat, and we're going to be doing special blogging for the website. So we'll be interviewing some of the guest speakers and the participants, giving a different perspective on what it's all about, and having a lot of fun with everybody who's going to be there. So definitely make sure that if you see us and you want to be interviewed and talk, that's what we're there for as well.
Great stuff. Guys, we need to bounce along because we're kind of running behind, but thank you, Barry. Thank you, Jordan. We'll catch you guys. We'll see you at Mobile Beat.
I got to get a new internet connection now.
There you go. Or at least maybe it's like us. We got to melt the ice off the wire so we can have a good connection.
Weird. Okay, cheers. Thanks, John.
All right, we'll be back in just a few minutes with the next show. Go to djntv.com, mini sessions, and click on that because we'll be back in just a little bit with who are we up to? David Hoyt is kicking off our next section. Thanks, guys.
Okay.